Vanakkam. Today we are going to see another very important circular issued by Reserve Bank of India. Here in this circular, they have clarified that the banks have to give collateral-free loans to MSME units up to 10 lakhs. It has been mandated by the RBI circular. Is it true? We will go and have a discussion for this point today. And this circular, this master direction, hereby it is called as RBI Lending to MSME Sector Direction 2017. Everything is covered here. Please go and refer this master direction. That will be definitely useful to your practice. And this master directions have been issued by Reserve Bank of India based on the powers conferred by Section 21 and Section 35 of the Banking Regulation Act of 1949. And this master direction has been issued by Reserve Bank of India in the interest of public, and particularly this master direction has been issued by Reserve Bank of India to the MSME units, because Reserve Bank of India wants to give importance to MSME units. And this is called as RBI Lending to MSME Sector Direction 2017, and it comes into effect from 24/7/2017. This is very, very important. Comes into effect from 24/7/2017. And this is master direction is applicable to all commercial banks. It is all scheduled commercial banks and excluding regional rural banks. And now we are going to discuss about the criteria for classification of MSME enterprises. And this is applicable for each financial year. So every year, you have to apply this concept and arrive at whether the unit is being classified as micro enterprise or small enterprise or medium enterprise. It is based on the investment in plant and machinery or equipment and turnover. So two way they have defined. And previously it was based on the investment in plant and machinery. Now they have considered the turnover also. So for micro enterprise, the investment in plant and machinery should not exceed 1 crore. That is, should not exceed 1 crore. And when it comes to the turnover, it should not exceed 5 crore. And for small enterprises, it is 10 crore, and turnover it is 50 crore. For medium enterprises to be said as a medium enterprise, the investment in plant and machinery should not exceed 50 crore and 250 crore. In case if there is any deviation from one category, suppose if the investment in plant and machinery is less than 1 crore, okay. But if the turnover is 5.2 crores, then the micro enterprise should be classified as small enterprise. This we will have a small discussion in the next slide. That is, investment in plant and machinery is 90 lakhs, then turnover is 3 crores. Because here the turnover is less than 5 crores, but investment is also less than 1 crore, so that has to be classified as micro. In the second example, the investment is in plant and machinery is 2 crore and turnover is 3 crore. That is, it is less than 5 crore, but in the investment in plant and machinery, it has exceeded 1 crore. So you have to skip to the next category as small enterprise. In the third category, the investment plant and machinery is 2 crores, but the turnover is 50 lakhs, 50 crores. That means it has exceeded 50 crores. So you have to shift the classification to the next category, medium. So in the fourth example, the investment is 45 crores. Turnover is 255 crores. It has exceeded 250 crores. Then these type of units will not be eligible, and these type of units should not be say as MSME units. So this is for easy understanding. I have given this example for your reference. Now, what is the eligibility entity for classification? All priority sector units are eligible to be classified under the MSME category. And now they have included retail and wholesale trading units. So all the manufacturing units, all the so they have given a list of priority sector that we will discuss later. So retail and wholesale trade units are also coming under the classification of MSME. And here they say that in order to claim MSME registration, MSME benefits, you have to register under the Udayam registration. So registration under Udayam registration is a must one. And what are the eligibility for the priority sector? Now we'll have a discussion. We'll have a list of the priority sector category: agriculture, MSME, export credit, education, housing, social infrastructure, and renewable energy, and others as defined by the central government as and when it is required. So it is required for the priority sector loan purposes. They have classified this priority sector units. Now, what's the target that has been set by the RBI for the purpose of lending to MSME? So this is fixed to scheduled commercial banks. So this target is being fixed and applicable only to the scheduled commercial banks. This has been defined in the target and the directions given in the RBI circular that is dated 4/9/2020 by the RBI FIFD 2020-21 master directions. So master directions they also given, and this is updated up to 2/8/2022. Anybody who wants to see the updation, please go and refer the RBI circular. Now, what is the target to be achieved by the branch in the financial year? So this is very, very important. In the financial year, what is the target? This is the RBI target given to the banks. It is recommended by Prime Minister's task force on the MSME category. And this is very, very important. 20% year-on-year growth. So every year, the bank should show 20% year-on-year growth in credit to micro and small enterprise. Here, they have not considered the medium enterprise. So first thing is growth in credit. Second one is 10% annual growth in number of accounts of micro enterprise. Here also, they have not considered the small and medium enterprises. So this is a very, very important thing that you have to see. As an auditor also, if you are going for the audit, you have to see this, whether the bank has achieved this growth or not. Then 60% of the total lending to MSE, that is medium and small enterprise. Here also, they have not included the medium enterprise sector as of the corresponding quarter. So every quarter, they have to calculate the targets. And now what's the common guideline? This is very, very important. This is what we have to discuss here. And this is the common guidelines issued in the master directions issued by the Reserve Bank of India. So first thing, whenever anybody submits an application to the banks, the bank should acknowledge the loan application. The application can be submitted on manual basis or on an annual or online basis also you can submit. And it is a mandatory for the banks to give the acknowledgement to all loan applications, whether you submitted on manually or on online also, you have to give the acknowledgement. This is a must. Otherwise, you please get this acknowledgement from the bank, because in case if the bank has delayed the process, you can refer this to the higher authorities so that your applications, your loan applications will be considered favorably, or even they can reject the application by way of quoting the reason. So application acknowledgement is very, very important, and that acknowledgement should be serially numbered in the application, as well as the acknowledgement receipt also should be serially numbered. So whenever you are making correspondence or communication to the controlling authorities or the head office, you have to quote this acknowledgement under, and the banks, they have to maintain a central registration on every loan application. And in case if you have submitted, if the party or the borrower or MSME units, they have submitted the application on online. So e-tracking of MSE, that is here, they have not included the, they have included only the micro and small enterprise, medium enterprises, they have not included. So for online verification, e-tracking is a must one. And second thing is here, it is very, very important. Here it is very, very important. This is what I want to say through this presentation or today's presentation. Collateral loan to be received from the MSME borrowers by the bank. So the banks have been mandated not to accept, even the borrower has given the collateral security, the banks are mandated not to accept collateral securities for loans up to 10 lakhs. So they say that it's a mandated to give the loans up to 10 lakhs without collateral. This is what I want to say. So all MSME units must be benefited because of this. So as an auditor, you can advise your client or your customer, sir, loans from banks without collateral security up to 10 lakhs, it is mandated. So please convey this message. And next one is, banks can also extend this collateral-free loans up to 10 lakhs for all PMEGP loans, that is Prime Minister Employment Generation Growth Generation Program. schemes are there, but this PMEGB schemes should be administered by the KVIC. KVIC, they have to administer only for those MSME units which have been administered by KVIC. They are eligible to get the collateral-free loans up to 10 lakhs. And in case, based on the track record, based on the financial position, the banks may dispense the collateral-free loans up to 25 lakhs. So banks can dispense. Suppose if that 10 lakhs can be increased to 25 lakhs, but it is left to the discretion of the banks for the medium, small enterprise. It is not, medium enterprises have not been included. It is micro, small enterprise units have been included. And in case if banks, they want to extend the collateral-free loans to the MSE units up to 25 lakhs, then the banks, they have to get the approval from the appropriate authority. This is very, very important. Then the banks are directed to get the credit guarantee scheme cover, because the central government is giving guarantee through credit guarantee scheme. So banks have been directed, if the banks have given any collateral-free loans, then banks, they can avail the benefit of credit guarantee scheme cover issued by the central government. Next thing is composite loan for MSME entrepreneurs. So here they say that sanction of composite loan, that is, in a bank can sanction both term loan and working capital loan in one scheme, that is called as, in one area, that is called as composite loan under a single window. So that means bank themselves, they can issue the loan of in the form of term loan. The bank may not issue only term loan, they can issue the working capital loan also, and also the combined manner, that is called as composite. What are the benefits of single window? The benefits for the trade, cutting in cost through reducing delays, faster clearance and release, predictable application, then explanation of rules, more effective and efficient, and deployment of resources. This is the benefit that the banks can give to or explain to the customers. Now, they are giving credit card, that is called as general credit card facility to the MSME units. Here also they are treating this MSME units under the category, that is under general credit card also, they can avail the loan. So the banks can sanction this general credit card to individuals or entities sanctioned with working capital facilities for non-farm entrepreneurial activities. So farming entrepreneurial activities, this GCC it is not covered, because that they will get the KCC. Here he will get the, for industries, if they issue the credit card, then that is called as general credit card. Next one is point A, eligible to be covered under priority sector guidelines. In case if they receive general credit card, those MSME units are eligible to avail the benefits only if they have been classified, or only when they are covered under the priority sector guidelines. And loans extended to GCC, it is based on the same thing. You have to apply for the you have to apply to the bank, and the bank, they have to issue the acknowledgement, then as well as there are no collateral free loans up to 10 lakhs. So GCC, through GCC also, you can avail the loan. This is a concept they have explained through this circular. And this is applicable only to micro and small units, and medium enterprises are not eligible to get a loan under GCC. Next point is streaming and facilitating adequate credit flow during the life cycle of the MSME. What are the things? So it's normally the MSME units, they are facing the financial difficulties. MSE units, it is not MSME, it is MSE units. They are facing the financial difficulties, and now the banks have been directed to review the MSE units and tune their existing lending policies. That means banks are not, banks should not keep quiet after they lend the money to MSE units. They have to scrutinize, they have to review the business transactions of the party or the borrower, and they have to fine tune the existing lending policies, whether the working capital can be increased or can be additionally financed. Some machineries, they can provide the terminal. So they have to review the existing lending policies to MSME units. And provide adequate availability of credit in the form. Now, this RBI has clearly said that after reviewing, the banks feel that they need additional finance, they can get the loan in the form of term loans. Additional facility can also be extended. Additional working capital can also be extended to work. So this is in addition to the existing loan. This type of loans can be given by the banker to the borrower. So midterm review. So every midterm review also they have to review. This is a duty of the bank. So RBI has come out clearly that it is a duty of the bank to review the MSME units. And on the review, if the banks feel that the additional working capital is needed, they can extend the loan. And timeliness on credit decision. So whether the MSME units are taking the timely decision, even the bankers also, they have to take the timely decision to help the MSE units. This is the main idea of the government. So MSE units, they may be very strong in business, but they may have problem in financial difficulties. So timeliness of credit decision. And another thing is debt restructuring mechanism for MSE units. Some units are in debt, they are not able to follow the terms and conditions. So they say that, yes, those debts have been restructured. So it is applicable to all micro, small and medium enterprise. That is, it is applicable to all MSME units. And all the commercial banks have to form the loan policies governing the, so it is, they say that they have to include this policy in their loan policy. This points they have to include in their loan policy regarding extension of credit facilities, restructuring and rehabilitation policy for the purpose of to revive the sick units or enterprise and non-discretionary OTS, one-time settlement from NPA. Suppose if an industry has become an NPA, then it's they can restructure the loan so that those loans have not been classified as MSME, as classified as NPA. And for this, that is reviving sick units and for OTS settlement, or that is OTS settlement, that is regarding OTS settlement or debt restructuring, board approval is required. And this must be informed to the public in detail through publishing the same thing in the bank's website, and even through media also, the banks can extend the information to the public. And what's a revive? Now they say the first thing is debt restructure. Now they say that they have to revive the MSME units. What are the things? So Government of India has notified us the same, that is revival and rehabilitation of MSME units with effect from 29/5/2015. This will definitely facilitate the promotion and development of MSMEs, and change in the framework must be suitable for the IRAC norms, income recognition and asset classification, and revival and rehabilitation of MSME units up to the limit of 25 crore. It is not the outstanding, it is the limit. So they can revive. All MSME units can be given revival and rehabilitation by the banks. So RBI has given clear power to the commercial banks to revive and rehabilitate the MSME units. So this is also another very important master direction issued by the Reserve Bank of India. Another thing is silent feature. What are the other silent features of the framework is, before classifying the unit as NPA, create SMA, that is special mention account. So only after passing through the SMA, that account has to be, MSME units have to be classified as NPA. And even the voluntary initiation can also be done by the MSME borrowers. And for this, corrective action plan must be given by the bankers or through its committee to the MSME units. And they have to fix the timeliness in taking the decision under the framework. That is, whether to go for as an NPA or not, whether what are the effects in the SMA, everything should be considered by the banks. So banks have been directed to take the timeliness in decisions. And now structured mechanism to monitor. Now they have to monitor, banks, they have to monitor the credit growth of medium and small enterprise. That is, monitor the credit growth in the sector, then place a system-driven comprehensive performance in management information. That is, at every supervisory level, they have to have a mechanism to evaluate critically on the regular basis. On regular basis, they have to evaluate. And e-tracking of MSE application also required. And it's a regulatory authorities, they have to display the position of application the banks. So it has been, RBI has given a direction to the banks to display the position of the MSI application in the bank's website. Now, it's another institutional arrangements. In this master direction also, they consider the institutional arrangement. One is at least in each and every district, one specialized MSME branch should be there. Next one is the empower, there is an empowered committee and it has to be constituted at the regional office of RBI. It is not regional office of the bank. So every regional office of the RBI, there should be an empowered committee to monitor the MSA units and setting the minimum standards. That is through Banking Codes and Standards Board of India in collaboration with the Indian Bank Association, Reserve Bank of India, and member banks. Next thing is setting up a separate cell for financial literacy and consultancy support. So that means to have any training, they can invite the MSC units for the training, and financial literacy can be educated by the cell. And as also, suppose if the MSC units, they want any consultancy, they can get the same thing from the consultancy support and create the awareness of cluster approach. So this is a new concept taken by the Reserve Bank of India. You go and refer the cluster concept approach. Definitely this will help the industry to grow. So this is, there is creation of awareness about the cluster approach. Next thing is very, very important because MSME units, they have supplied the goods, but the party has not made the payment. Here, the RBI has come out with a clear instruction to penalize the buyer who has not paid the money. For this, make the payment on or before the date agreed. So normally when there is any transaction, there is a date fixed by the seller and it has to be agreed by the buyer. Okay, I'll make the payment on such and such day. So they have to make the payment. If it is not paid and if there is no agreement, then it's mutually they can accept a date that is called as appointed date. Next one is, yes, there is a delay in making the payment for the goods supplied. What is the thing? So if it is not paid on or before the date, then the buyer has to pay the interest on compound basis, that is 3 times of the bank rate as fixed by the as notified by the Reserve Bank of India. So it's a very good decision by RBI so that they can all the MSME units, if they got the fund, they can do the transactions regularly. So in order to compensate the MSME units and regarding the delay in payment, the MSME units are allowed to charge 3 times of the bank rate as fixed by the as notified by the Reserve Bank of India. In case if there is any dispute, then they can be referred to MSC Facilitation Council, and this MSC Facilitation Council is being constituted by the respective state governments. So that means a clear indication that every state government has to constitute MSC Facilitation Council. And this is what I want to say through this presentation. So it is mandated for the bank to give loan up to 10 lakhs without collateral. And they indirectly say that you are not supposed to insist for the collateral free collateral. They are not supposed to insist for the collateral securities for loans up to 10 lakhs, and it can be extended up to 25 lakhs based on the past transactions by the bank, but they have to get the higher authorities' permission. So this is my interpretation. Please go through the master directions issued by the Reserve Bank of India on originally it was issued on 24/7/2017, and this version which I have discussed today is it has been updated RBI master direction dated 28/12/2023. And I wish you all the best for your practice, and I wish you all the best. Please convey this message to your clients or anybody who comes for your consultation, fellow members. Thank you very much for patient hearing and watching this program. Nandri, Vanakkam.